Ever wonder what the secret code is behind a business that just seems to come out of nowhere and completely takes over? Well, today, we're unlocking it. We are going to crack open the 6 most powerful plays from the Innovator's Playbook. These are the theories that explain exactly how businesses win. So get this, a local brand in the Philippines called Jollibee went head-to-head with McDonald's and won. How on earth does that happen? Well, it's not magic, it's strategy. And the secret to that strategy? It's hiding in the playbook we're about to open. You see, stories like Jollibee's, they're not just happy accidents. They happen because there's a playbook, a set of rules that the best innovators use, sometimes without even knowing it. And understanding these rules, it's not just some boring academic exercise. It's like being handed the keys to the entire kingdom of business strategy.
So, we're going to walk through 6 of these essential plays. And trust me, these are not dry, dusty theories. They are real, actionable strategies that explain the rise and fall of giants and, of course, the incredible success of the underdogs. You ready?
Okay, Section 2. 6 theories, 6 stories. Let's really see how these big ideas come to life with some amazing examples.
Our very first play comes from a guy named Joseph Schumpeter, and it's called Creative Destruction. I know, it sounds super dramatic, right? And honestly, it is. The core idea, though, is pretty simple. For something new and exciting to be born, something old has to get pushed aside. This is the engine of all economic progress.
And boom, this takes us right back to our Jollibee story. They didn't just try to copy McDonald's. No, they creatively destroyed what people expected from fast food by offering things like sweeter spaghetti and burgers designed for the local Filipino palate. They literally created a new standard that the global giant just couldn't compete with in that market.
Okay, so if creative destruction explains the what, our next theory explains the how. It's called Rogers' diffusion of innovation. The idea here is that any new thing, whether it's a new phone or a new way to pay for stuff, doesn't just spread to everyone at once. Nope. It moves through society in these predictable waves, hitting 5 different groups of people one by one.
Now check this out. This is the exact journey of the digital wallet GCash. It all started with the super tech-savvy users, the innovators. Then the cool-hunting millennials, your early adopters, they jumped on board. But it really hit the mainstream when small businesses and online sellers, the early majority, saw how useful it was. Then came pretty much everyone else, the late majority. And finally, you have the laggards, the folks who are still a little hesitant. It's a pattern you see over and over again.
But here's the thing. Getting a new idea to spread doesn't have to be a solo mission. And that brings us to open innovation. For like decades, companies had this mindset that the best ideas had to come from inside their own secret labs. Well, this theory completely flips that script. It says the smartest companies are the ones who collaborate, because amazing ideas are absolutely everywhere. And hey, sticking with GCash, here's a textbook example. Globe Telecom knew they needed some serious, world-class expertise to make their digital wallet huge. So instead of trying to build everything from scratch, they partnered up with Ant Financial from the Alibaba Group. That single move supercharged their growth. That, my friends, is open innovation in action.
All right, next up is a true classic, Christensen's disruptive innovation. You can basically think of this as the ultimate David versus Goliath playbook. It's all about how a smaller, scrappier company can take down an industry giant, not by a direct attack, but by starting at the very bottom of the market with a simpler, cheaper product that the big guys totally ignore. Take the MyKuya app. It didn't launch trying to be a massive full-service staffing agency. No way. It started super simple. Hey, need someone to run an errand for you? There's an app for that. It was cheap, it was accessible, and it targeted a need that all the big agencies just weren't interested in. And from that tiny foothold, it started to challenge the entire industry.
Now, it's really easy to get those last 2 mixed up, but here's the key difference. Schumpeter's creative disruption is about huge economy-wide change. Think Jollibee creating a whole new fast food category. Christensen's disruption is more of a sneak attack from below, like MyKuya starting in a small niche to take on the old guard. One replaces the entire game board, the other flips the table over.
But what if you don't want to fight at all? That's where you're going to love the blue ocean strategy. The idea is just brilliant. Stop fighting in these bloody red oceans that are full of sharks, your competitors. Instead, go create your very own clear, beautiful blue ocean, a totally new market where you're the only one swimming.
And Yellow Cab Pizza? Oh, they are a perfect example of this. The pizza market in the Philippines was a classic red ocean.
just crowded with companies fighting over the same customers. Yellow Cab didn't just sell pizza. No, they created a whole new category, New York-style pizza. They sailed right out into their own blue ocean, creating this awesome niche that set them completely apart from everyone else. Okay, our final theory zooms way out to the biggest picture possible. It's called National Innovation Systems, and it argues that real, lasting innovation isn't about just one brilliant company. No, it's about an entire ecosystem. The government, universities, private companies, all working together, all in sync.
Just look at the big push for renewable energy in the Philippines. It's not just one startup doing their own thing. You have government departments funding research. You've got universities developing the actual technology. And then you have private companies who are putting it all into practice. When all those pieces work together, you get this incredibly powerful national engine for innovation.
All right, I know that was a whirlwind tour. 6 theories, 6 stories. But don't worry, because we have built the ultimate cheat sheet to make it all stick. Think of this next part as your personal hack for acing the innovation exam.
So, are you feeling a little bit overwhelmed? It's totally natural. But what if I told you there was one simple trick, one little phrase that could help you lock all of this in your memory? Well, there is. Here it is. Just remember this sentence. Smart researchers create clever business networks. That's it. S for Schumpeter, R for Rogers, C for Chesbrough, the other C for Christensen, B for Blue Ocean, and N for National Innovation Systems. Simple, right?
And here you have it, the entire playbook on a single slide. This is your ultimate cheat sheet. So we've got Schumpeter's creative destruction for growth, Rogers' adoption curve explaining diffusion, Chesbrough's call for partnership, Christensen's disruption from below with a low-end entry, the blue ocean strategy to avoid competition, and finally, NIS and the power of ecosystem collaboration. Go ahead, screenshot this one. It's everything we covered all in one place.
All right, we've covered the theories, the stories, and we've got the cheat sheet. But listen, knowledge is pretty useless if you don't apply it. The goal was never for you to just learn this stuff, it's for you to use it. So let's switch gears. Now, you're the analyst.
You now have the innovator's playbook. You can literally see the patterns behind success and failure everywhere you look. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Look at the world around you. Find a crowded, competitive, bloody red ocean, and then ask yourself, what future blue ocean is just out there waiting for someone like you to discover it?